فادخلي في عبادي وادخلي جنتي.
Donate Life organizations estimate that 20 people die each day waiting for a transplant, that one person can save up to 8 lives and enrich the lives of 75 more. But what are the Islamic perspectives on end-of-life donation? Considering it's a contemporary issue, the interpretation is left to different fuqaha, and there are still differences of opinion. Surah Ma'idah, Ayah 32, is most often cited in support of the practice that by saving one life, it is equivalent to saving all of mankind. There are many ayah of charity, and considering charity is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, as long as the organ continues to function in the recipient's body, it may be considered sadaqah jariyah. Another concept is maslahan, or public interest, that if the recipient can contribute to society, it benefits society as a whole. Another Islamic jurisprudence concept is seeking that which is good or better, and this can be applied on a personal level, and there are many hadith that support this concept. The Islamic Fiqh Council met in 1988 and set forth 8 guidelines that would have end-of-life donation adhere to Islamic principles. One of these is that the donation must be voluntary, and consent may be given either by the donor or his or her heirs. This can be done either by registering as a donor or through a medical directive document, or verbally by one of the heirs. The donor nor the heirs may receive compensation. This is to eliminate the incentive for a black market for organs and reduce exploitation of people in vulnerable situations. Next is that the donation may not end the donor's life. Therefore, donating a heart would be considered impermissible. Next is that the donation may not severely impact the quality of life of the donor. Therefore, donating one kidney would be considered permissible because the donor could reasonably continue to live a healthy life. However, donating 2 cornea may be considered impermissible because it would deprive the donor of a basic function of life. Both sides agree that regenerative organs such as blood and bone marrow are acceptable, and unlimited donation is impermissible. Both sides have the intention of preserving the sanctity of life, protecting the rights of the donor, and minimizing exploitation. So, what are the arguments against end-of-life donation? The first is that it is a contemporary issue and that fatwas are based on ijtihad. These are interpretations of the Quran and Sunnah and then applied to modern-day issues. However, we do look to scholars to make reasonable assessments based on information. The next is the definition of end of life. Currently, that includes cardiac and brain death, both which are accepted by the Islamic Fiqh Council. However, if the donation does not end life, then this argument may not come into play. Next is that the process of harvesting organs may violate the sanctity of the body. However, adhering to Islamic principles, the sanctity of the body may be preserved. Next is that incomplete information is given. Donate Life organizations report that all major religions support end-of-life donation. Although this is a true statement, Islam does place some restrictions to protect the donor. Finally, is that the operation itself or the immunosuppressant medication may harm the recipient. However, does the possibility of harm outweigh the very many known benefits? To paraphrase Ayah 256 of Surah Baqarah, is that there's no compulsion in religion. Therefore, deciding to become an organ donor or not is a personal choice and must resonate with your heart. Actions are judged by intention is a common principle across many spiritual practices. Our true purpose is to please Allah, and how to manifest that in a meaningful way is the question. My friend died. His name was Andrew Luna, and he was an organ, eye, and tissue donor. He inspired me to rethink the gift of life through Islamic principles. Inshallah, I hope you will too.
ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب.